Yeah. So I have created one folder for Anusha. Okay. Now tell me how many files will be there in the component?
3 files.
3 files, correct? So I will write, what are those 3 files? Anusha dot
HTML.
component. You need to write component. Okay. For every file, you need to mention this as a component file. Okay.
Okay.
Anusha dot component dot.
Component dot HTML. HTML.
And what is the other file? Anusha dot
Anusha dot
That
component dot CSS.
CSS file. Okay. And what is the another file?
Anusha dot
Component dot
TJS.
TS file.
TS.
Okay.
TS.
So in the HTML, I'm just writing a simple thing. Okay. I am just creating one heading. Okay. It contains Anusha from Guntur. Okay. Nothing other than that. It is unique, right? Okay. Now TS file I will go. Now I will go to the component file. Okay. Now I need to tell this is a component file. So I will be using something called component decorator. So I'll be using
At the rate. At the rate.
component. Okay. To tell that it's a component file. And we have 3 things here now. Okay. One is the selector. Selector is the custom name for my component, which is Anusha. Okay. My wish I can keep Anusha hyphen component or anything. So I just want to keep Anusha. Okay. I'm just keeping it as Anusha. This is one selector. Selector means just the name. Okay. And I will give something called template URL. So this TS file, for which template it should link to. Okay. I will just give Anusha dot component dot HTML file link it. Okay. And I will use style URLs. Okay. Style URLs, which file I should link? Anusha dot component
P. Dot
component dot CSS file.
CSS.
Okay. And I don't know why auto import is not there here. So we need to just import this component statement. Okay. Now if we are creating any component means it's a class file. Okay. You will be writing something called X class and the name of this file. Okay. It starts with Anusha and since it's a component, you will be mentioning it as a component. Any doubts till now? Any doubts? No.
No.
What I have told, if I have created any component, I need to declare it in the
Risha, what is this export?
Suppose if this file has to be exported to another places, then we will be using the export keyword. So importing and exporting, we will basically tell, right? Importing means import particular thing to your file. Export means these can be exported to anywhere, which means that this app component will be imported somewhere. Understood?
Yes.
So even in other languages you will have, right? Just import something from so library and then just export it to somewhere else like that. Okay. Now, if I am telling, right? Suppose if I don't give this export keyword, now this component cannot be exported anywhere. That's why you need to definitely give export keyword. Okay. Now let me just save it. Whenever any component is created, we need to declare it in the module. Okay. Now I will go to the module file. Okay. You can see if anything has to be exported, we can just import it. Okay. So I need to just import Anusha component, okay, from dot slash wait a minute. I will just declare my component here, okay. Okay. Now, so I told this Anusha, this is an custom HTML tag, right? You can just use it in the app component, okay? You can give just Anusha hyphen Anusha. You see it, right? Anusha from Guntur is printed. Okay.
Yes.
For example, if I use what, tell me something, I'll just write anything, whatever you want. Understood? So
Yes.
understood what is the meaning of custom HTML tag and why, what is the use of selector here. So using this tag, you can entirely load the content of Anusha component anywhere in the application. Any doubts? Any explanation is needed again? Shall I explain it again?
Yes, explain it.
Okay. So Shilpa, tell me, what is a component file? What is a component, Shilpa?
It is the basic building blocks,
Okay. How many
and
files?
it includes the three files are there:
Okay.
.css, .html, and .ts files.
Okay.
That
So
is
how will you tell that this file is a TS file?
app.component .tss like that.
Okay.
Means
File.
we need to mention the component .ts or HTML or .css like that. only.
Okay. And what are the additional information you will tell so that this file is a component file? I told you about decorators, right?
Yeah.
What is a decorator here? What is the decorator in this file?
At the rate.
At the rate.
At the rate.
Not at the rate. At the rate component is a decorator. I said
Okay.
decorator starts with at the rate. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what are the three things you will give it
Yes.
here in the component file?
Selector, template.
Selector template.
One is there. Selector, template URL, and style URL.
What is the selector? It is also known as custom
my
HTML, custom HTML tag, right?
Yeah.
Correct. So custom HTML tag is
Yeah.
also known as directives. They'll ask you what is directive. Custom HTML tag is known as directive, you need to say. Okay, here just the wordings will be different, that's it. So using this thing, my app as a tag, you can just load all the content of the app.component.html anywhere in the application. Any doubts, anyone till now? So
No.
any file, so you need to write some logic in your components, right? So for that, you will be creating some class. Okay. Since I said any component you have to be created in the component, you need to declare it in the module. So in order to declare it, you will just give the path of this file, right? That means you are just importing these files from somewhere. So if you want to import this file, that file should definitely be exported. Okay. Any doubts till now?
No.
Okay. Now, how to declare a variable in the JavaScript? Tell me.
Using a var, let, and const.
Yeah, we will be
Var,
using
and
three
constant.
things: lar, vet, and const. But in case of TypeScript, okay, if we don't contain any functions apart from the function, if we want to declare any variables, we will just declare a variable. Okay. Name is a variable here. You need not to give its type like let, const, or anything. Understood? Any doubts?
No.
Okay.
No.
And whenever you are declaring a variable, you need to give its type. Okay. Suppose for giving the type, you need to give semicolon, and some space is like a good way of writing the code. You can just directly give like this, but a good coder will always give some space, and you will specify the type for this. What is the type of the name here?
String type.
It's
String.
string.
Suppose if you want to assign some value to it here itself directly, you can just give semicolon and tell me some value of assignment. Tell me some value for assigning this to it. Tell some value na. Array, tell some value to assign to name.
10.
I said string.
Anusha.
Yes. Anything is fine. Okay. This is how you will be declaring variables in Angular. Okay. For example, if you are checking for any condition, okay, is visible. Okay, this is condition, right? So booleans we will be starting with is data loading, is visible. Okay, like that. It's you can give it any name, but this is a good format of giving. Good suggestion for naming the variables. Okay. Suppose what I am trying to tell here is visible, is data loading. What are they? Is data loaded true or false, right? It's like a booleans, right? So what will be the
Yes.
type here?
Boolean.
Boolean. And if you want to assign some value to it, how should we do it?
True or false.
True or false.
How can we give it? Assignment, right?
Would
What
be-
operator you will be using here? Assignment.
Equal to not equal.
Not equal.
Equal is an operator, just equal. Double equal to is just for comparisons, right? For
Yes.
assignment, you will be using single equal to. Okay. Tell some value, true or false. Okay. Now tell some more variables, some type, and we will assign some values to it.
Number.
Okay. We will just give num. Okay. And just tell its type.
Number. Integer. Number.
Number you will specify. Okay. And tell some initial value.
0 or 1.
1. Suppose now tell me if I doesn't assign any value to it. Okay. And I am trying to do the console.log of num. Now what will be the default value?
Undefined.
Undefined.
Yes. Undefined. If we do not specify anything here, then default value will be what?
Undefined.
Yes. Suppose I have one object. Okay. I was explaining yesterday, right? Here I will explain. Okay. I have one object. For example, in this object, what I have name and its value is Anusha. Okay. Now, age and its value is a number, and the place again it's a string. Okay. Guntur. Okay. Now, how to define the type for this object?
Interface details.
Sorry.
Interface details.
Yes, we need to create something called interface. Okay, so you can just directly give it here. Okay, you can just specify interface. Okay, and the name of the interface. What name we will give? Any name is fine. Tell me some name. Tell me some name.
Details.
For sorry,
Details or
object
list.
details you can give. Okay,
Mm.
object details. Now tell me what values will be present inside this. I told its name, age, and place. Okay. Now what will be the type of this object? What does that
Name
object contain? Yes, name. Okay. What's its
equals to
type?
colon
String.
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 type
Okay.
string
Next,
equal to
y equal to.
Age.
In interface, you
No.
will not do assignments. You are just defining
place
type
age number
Age
colon number
24.
number. Okay. Then place is there, correct?
then
Place.
place string
String.
And you will give it as string. Okay.
String.
Now, how will you define the type here for object?
interface
Just the
object
interface name. Got it?
Yes.
object colon object details.
Any doubts till now?
No.
Okay. I will detailedly tell about, again, I will repeat the same thing in the tomorrow's class. And even I will tell more details about the modules. Okay. Today in the components itself, we have finished the time. Okay. Tomorrow I'll explain.
Okay.
Now, can someone summarize what and all? Who will summarize? Ramana, can you?
Anusha, actually, my internet is not good. In the middle of the class, also I'm doing something.
Okay.
It's lagging.
Saujanya, can you explain? Saujanya? Anita?
Huh, ma'am.
Yeah, can you explain? Can you just
From the-
summarize what and all you have understood in Angular?
Means from the components.
Yes.
Components are the basic building blocks, and it contains 3 files:
Okay,
HTML, CSS, and TS.
okay,
No.
okay. Bhargavi, can
in-
you tell?
Yes, Anusha.
Mm.
In Angular, we will use a TypeScript
Okay,
for defining, and there will be three folders known as components, modules, services, directives, and
Okay.
pipes.
okay,
Components are the basic building blocks where we will have files like app dot component dot html, component dot css, component dot ts files.
okay,
And whenever we declare a component, we should whenever we create any component, we should be declared it in a module,
correct.
as well as in the services also. If we declared any component, means
If we create any services,
we have to declare it in a module.
okay,
There will be hundreds of modules and services, but only one root module or root services from where we can we can go for any module.
okay,
They are known as a feature module also.
okay,
In Angular, we use a decorator which starts with @ to declare a component.
okay,
And in a component, we use selector, which is a custom name or HTML, what we call it as a directive.
custom HTML tag.
Okay, custom HTML tag. It is also known as a directive.
Okay,
Selector, which is used to link.
Selector is
Link
the
for
one
particular
method you have told, the
HTTP.
custom HTML tag.
Yes, a template URL is used to link anything to a template.
Component HTML to the TS file.
Okay. And the style URL to declare a style.
To link the styles file.
Okay.
URL meaning is that you are giving the URL of your file.
Mm,
Okay, path of
Mm.
your file. Okay, yeah,
yes.
proceed.
Mm, mm. Declaring variables in TS is done by using. We have to declare. We can declare anything in TS by using its name itself directly by name, but we should mention its type there.
Hmm.
Example name. If we are using a name, it's a string type.
Hmm.
So you have to declare it as a string. As well as if we declare a number, you have to declare it as a number. Boolean means Boolean type, etc.
How to define the custom types?
Yes. Custom types, to define a custom type, we use interface object detail, interface.
Interfaces. In that, in object, whatever fields we have there, we will just mention those fields with their corresponding types, and we will give that interface name as an custom type.
Yes.
Okay. Anyone, any doubts? And we will have the class name. Okay, for any component created, we have a class name. It's a class file, and that class file will be always Anusha component, app component, data component, HTML component. It will directly end with component. Okay, we need to give the export keyword. Since you need to you declare it in the app component, you need to import this file, right? So for that purpose, you will be declaring it with export keyword. So if you can check this app component, you are importing it. Okay. Suppose if you don't give this export keyword, it will give you an error. Meaning is that this file cannot be exported by any member present in this application. Okay. You can just see the error here, right? Is it visible?
Yes.
Expected value undefined declared by the module. You understood, right? You haven't given the exported keyword. That's why you are not able to import this component. And even if you are declaring it, it's taking as undefined. Understood? Any doubts?
Yes. No.
Okay, please, you can just practice creating the components in the stack, please. Okay. So this is just the link. Okay, you can go here and you can just type angular.slack with Angular. Okay, you will just get it. And yeah, you can practice it here for time being. Okay.
Okay.
Any doubt, anyone? Shall I wind up the session? Thank you, everyone. Okay. Tomorrow, please practice once and come back. Okay.
Okay.
Bye, everyone. Bye-bye.
Bye.